A lot of reaction to Gladys Berejiklian's departure from colleagues, opponents and many others on social media. Danika Digiorgio is with me now. Danika, what has been the reaction? We saw it in Willoughby with Gab. What are you picking up?
Well, in particular online on social media, the reaction really does seem to be the same as what we saw there from scenes in Willoughby. People are simply in shock and disbelief. Some have said that this is a bad day for women with ambition to go into politics. Some have even said that it's a bad day for multiculturalism. We do know that Gladys Berejiklian has got a multicultural background and has certainly done extremely well for herself. There's been a lot of shock and disappointment as well. She has guided this state through a very long 18 months of this pandemic. Before that, of course, the bushfires of 2018 to 2019. She's really been there supporting the state, and people are feeling it. People trusted her, trusted that guidance during this time, and that career, the long political career, 4 years as Premier of this state, as we just heard, over now in a matter of minutes. There's certainly been plenty of reaction from Gladys Berejiklian's political colleagues and opponents following this shock resignation today. Let's begin, though, with the political world. Her deputy and New South Wales Nationals leader, John Barilaro, saying, "I have served as the Deputy Premier to Gladys Berejiklian for almost 5 years, and in that time, she has led this state through some of its darkest days. Everyone has the right to defend their name, and I wish Gladys all the best for her future." The New South Wales opposition leader has also weighed in, saying, "From day one, I have acknowledged the Premier's efforts steering our state through the COVID crisis last year. For all our disagreements, I never doubted Gladys's dedication to New South Wales or her work in the service of it. I thank her for her service. There will be other occasions to carefully examine the details of these revelations and consider their impact on the future of our state. It is right and important that we do so." Now, federally, the Prime Minister has also responded to the resignation, saying her leadership during the pandemic has been heroic.
Gladys is a dear friend of mine. We've known each other for a long time. She has displayed heroic qualities as the Premier of New South Wales. I have worked with her extremely closely, and she has always been a vibrant spirit when it comes to our debates, doing the best for the people of New South Wales. I know how much she is trusted and respected by the people of New South Wales, and I have no doubt that Gladys will always conduct herself in a way that suits the integrity of the office that she's held, and I know how seriously she takes that trust. I've always found Gladys to be a person of the highest integrity. She has been a trusted friend and a very respected colleague. I wish her well.
And Federal Labor Leader Anthony Albanese has thanked the Premier for her service.
I want to begin by thanking Gladys Berejiklian for her service as Premier of New South Wales. It's a very difficult time to provide that leadership for frontline services, and Gladys Berejiklian has done her best. I worked with Gladys Berejiklian when we were both Transport Ministers, and we always had a very constructive relationship, and on a personal level, I wish her well for the future.
In the last 30 minutes, we've just heard from the Deputy Prime Minister, Barnaby Joyce. He's also released a statement following that resignation. He says politics is a brutal profession, and today has been especially hard for the Premier of New South Wales, Gladys Berejiklian. It is very sad to lose such an outstanding individual whose decency has been evident since she was first elected. There are many reasons for her resignation, but one of the most prominent is to clear the air for her colleagues. Gladys Berejiklian has done an exceptional job serving and leading New South Wales.